The job market is tough right now, so being ready for your next interview is really important, especially if you're looking for a job in project management. You can't just walk in the door cold. You've got to be ready. I'm going to give you 7 tips that are going to help you nail your next project manager interview. Let's get right into it. What are these 7 things? Well, the first one is research the company. 86% of job applicants say if the company has a good reputation, they're more likely to accept the job. So researching the company isn't just for the benefit of showing you've researched the company, it's also making sure you like the company. So if they do offer you a job, you're ready to say yes. But wait, there's more. It also helps you show that you know about their products, services, what the company's all about, and what direction they're heading in, what their strategy is. Doing that can help you understand the greater context and show that you do. Companies are hiring for the future. That means they want managers who understand the business they're in and the results they need to show. Researching the company can help you do that. Next is understand the roles and responsibilities of the job. 66% of organizations believe that a strong project manager is key to their success. But the question is, what does project manager mean to that company? You need to understand that because your beliefs on what a project manager is, what they should know, and their key skill sets may be different than that company. So obviously, look at LinkedIn, look at the job posting, study it closely, read between the lines. If you're looking at LinkedIn, check the other roles the company currently has posted. This will give you a general sense of what the company is looking for in terms of skill sets, but you also might be looking at job opportunities for similar or the same project. This can help you understand the kind of roles they're bringing in and also know that they might be bringing in a whole lot of new people at once. That's important knowledge for you to have as a project manager. Reading professional journals and news can give you insights into that company or similar kinds of projects. If you know what that project's about, Google it. See what's happening in those kinds of projects. Maybe success stories, lessons learned. All that information can help you be responsive in the interview to really show you understand what's happening right now and where success lies and where the troubles might be. Review methodologies and frameworks. You know, methodologies and frameworks are plentiful, and a lot of them have been around for a long time, but they're almost always changing. So make sure if you think this company's looking for someone who knows PMP from PMI, check out edition 7 so that you know what's in store. And if they like Google or 𝐬𝐸, I have a whole video about the different kinds of certifications and the different kinds of methodologies involved. So you can also check out that video. I'll put a link to that below and also a card here. Knowing the methodology that companies likely to use is going to give you a leg up. 81% of executive respondents recently said they're starting agile projects. So of course, know Agile, know Scrum, understand the different tools available because companies use different tools for different purposes. And it might be that they let you have a say in which tool is right for the project. So be ready to answer that question if it comes up during the interview. During the course of the interview, you're likely to get questions about your technical skills. Be ready to show those. Show that you understand either the tools, the systems, or the processes being implemented in this project you're being hired for. But more than that, show your business acumen. Ask questions if they're not given to you about the business case, the expected ROI, who the customer base is that this will be serving, and also what kinds of economics are behind this project. What is the story that needs to make this project successful? What success look like for the person interviewing you? That can also be useful information. And it can show you're not just engaged and listening actively, which you need to do, but you also need to make sure that you are providing some kind of input, some kind of information that shows you're not just listening, you're actually thinking about what's being discussed. And of course, if you have a certification, be sure and share that, because project managers with certifications can expect a 23% boost in offered salaries. Another thing I like to do, depending on the kind of role I'm talking about, is create a little portfolio on my iPad. So I might show a generic version of how I like to work. How do I manage my project team? How do I onboard or kick off a project? What do I expect in terms of project management documentation, KPIs, and governance models? Maybe I already have a generic version of those things. Certainly don't share something that you've done for another company, but make a generic product you can share about how you like to get work done. This might come up and it just might seal the deal because you're prepared. They can see you're ready to start day one. And while they may not use your way of working, they can see that you have one. That means you've already got a good baseline for what projects can be like, even if you're going to use a slightly different model at the new organization. And as a project manager, you're expected to be a manager, but also a leader. Companies that are hiring are looking for their future leadership as well. They may be keeping in mind whether you're going to be a short-term project manager, just doing a particular job being offered, or have a future at the company. Leadership skills are important, so show them. Demonstrate your high EQ, your emotional intelligence. That's by listening, understanding, responding with right questions, and having a good, calm demeanor. I have a whole video about how to make sure your persona has authority to it, so check that out if you want to know more about how to show good body language, good way of speaking, good eye contact at the right time, and an understanding of the human dynamics, watching their body language too. And very importantly, something you want to do is prepare for those behavioral questions. Savvy companies will create behavioral questions to help them understand if you are fit for purpose. They're not just looking for the right manager, they're looking for a right fit for their company, of course. Show that you have operational understanding, problem-solving skills, risk management skills, analytic skills, communication skills, flexibility, and adaptability, and the ability to talk to people at different levels of the organization. You may have to walk into the C-suite today and talk to a junior project team member tomorrow. They need to know that you have that kind of breadth and depth. So if you want to know more about how to make sure you have the right skill set, I also have a process and a blog all about that. I'll put links below about that too. 92% of executives, according to the Wall Street Journal, say that soft skills are equally important and maybe more important than technical skills. So showing you have those sometimes called soft skills or business skills is very, very important. And underlying all of this is how you give your answers. Answers should always be framed in a logical order. You can use the acronym STAR to help you with this. STAR stands for situation, task, action, and result. Taking them through the situation you're in briefly and concisely so that they can understand the context of what you're going to talk about. Next is the task. What was your role and what task needed to be taken? What action took place from that task? Result. Use concrete numbers if you can. Show an objective result. If you can't do that, show one that's subjective. But if you can make it objective, it's even better. And it also shows that you have that business acumen we talked about before. Using these 7 tips are going to help you nail your next project management interview, but I'd love to hear from you if you've got another one. And if you want to start by creating a great CV, check out this video, and I'll see you next time on ProjectSkillsMentor.com. Bye-bye, everybody.